What's up, Creek Nation? Coach Abel here. A little late night, burning the midnight oil. Uh, a huge week, right? Huge week for us. So let's get to these announcements. All right, first weekend wrap up. Great event Friday, man. It was awesome. Got to see lots of competition. Got a lot of guys reps. Got a lot of guys in there to see what they can, whether they can do, and what all the work to be paid off that we've done over this summer. So again, the film has been shared with them. They're getting the notes as we are getting prepared and making some of these last minute adjustments, if you will, before the season officially kicks off next Friday, right? But um, very pleased with everybody's effort. I think the only thing that I could be a little bit upset about would be some of the unsportsmanlike stuff, right? Whether it's scuffles with other teams or whether it's showboating and dancing and things that are going to cost your teammates 15 yards. That kind of stuff there's no room for that. Celebrate with your teammates. You know what I mean? That's the key. But I'm very, very excited about, what we saw on Friday night. Booster Club had a great meeting. Had some new faces in there, which was great. We got to have some new faces every year when we get new parents. So I appreciate you guys being there. And they've got a really good couple of events planned out for you guys. The Booster Club takes on a lot more than what they probably get credit for. Credit to Ashley Wade, Bernadette Bryant, and Janita Willingham for all the work they've been doing over the past few months. But we'll talk more about some of that stuff here in a moment. Big announcement for this week, obviously, is the practice time change, which we discussed in the previous two videos. This is always a nerve-wracking time when school starts because these guys' schedules are all jacked up, which means they get emotional and cranky and they want their mamas and they want to take naps, right? But hopefully we'll adjust. Hopefully they'll adapt pretty quickly. It is an exciting week for them because they do get to come back to school, which some of them haven't done in a long time. And even with some of the stuff with the coronavirus kind of still going on, it's always important that these guys get their socialization. And I've got confidence these guys are going to do it safely, just like they've done throughout the football season. Okay, so Monday and Tuesday we report at 3:40. We end around 6:15ish. Wednesday and Thursday we'll already be in school, so we get to practice a little bit earlier than that 3:40 time, which means we'll probably dismiss a little earlier. 6:10ish. Friday the scrimmage is at PRP at 6:30. Talk about that in a second, and then we'll talk about the event Saturday for Under the Lights picnic. We'll talk about that as well here in another slide. PRP scrimmage 6:30 at PRP. Just type that into Google. Directions are pretty simple. Dean Snyder to Stone Street should get you right there. Tickets are going to be $5 cash at the gate. They will not have an online option, so I know that makes some of you guys pretty happy. But it'll be $5 at the gate. No live special teams. Special teams is going to be a part of it, but the whistle is blown dead at the reception, at the catch. Halftime is the time when our Froshmores get a lot of their reps. The first, second, third, fourth quarters is a varsity style scrimmage, and so Friday night players will get their time. The guys that aren't quite ready for Friday night, whether it be physically, maybe mentally, they're not there. They don't know what they're doing just yet. Whatever the case may be, those guys will get their reps during halftime. So we typically do 10 plays offense, 10 plays defense, kind of see what time we've got left and see if we can get a few more in. But typically that's how that's going to go. So hopefully we'll see you guys out there Friday. Under the lights, something that I brought with me from my days in assistant Emmanuel. This is a great community builder. It's a great family event. It's always fun, but essentially this is a backyard barbecue hosted by the football team and the Booster Club. The Booster Club provides the meat and the buns, hamburgers and hot dogs, and then we ask you guys, the families, to provide the other items. So as you see there, freshmen dessert, sophomores drinks, be it like a 2 liter, juniors plates and utensils, and then seniors side items. All these things it's all we're asking for is one from each guy. Okay, a bag of chips can go a long way at a barbecue, right? So we're asking you guys to stop by Valero, IGA, Kroger, whatever, and pick something up Saturday before you get there. If you want to make something, more power to you. We all love homemade stuff, mac and cheese, baked beans, whatever. But if you just wanted to go to Kroger and pick up a pasta salad, a packaged pasta salad, that's fine as well. This is not mandatory. This is not a mandatory event. Guys are not going to be forced to be there. but we do encourage them to be there because this is a team builder and it's fun. We'll have some door prizes, we'll have some games, we'll have a DJ there. I do know that it's a little tough, being that it was supposed to be this past Saturday and we were waiting on approval to host the event and whatnot. So again, I understand if you and family members can't be there, but this is for the little kids too. Bring brothers and sisters and husbands and wives, and bring your grannies. But we want to see you guys there, and hopefully we do Saturday. We're going to start at 7:30, I believe. It might be 7:30 or 8. I'll have to get with Miss Wade on that. But I do believe it's 7:30 on Friday, or sure, Saturday. Saturday. All right. Been talking about this for a little while. Finally got these things worked out. Big information about our college road trip weekend. So our second game of the year is the Lexington Catholic Bowl, which we've never played in before, but it's a bowl game against a Lexington team that'll be played down at Lexington Catholic High School. We'll talk more about that game itself down the road, but it's going to be a great deal because the Booster Club has done such a great job of raising money this year. We're going to take some coach buses to Lexington. We'll go down there and hopefully kick some butt. We're going to stick around and watch the second game. We'll come back up the next morning. It'll be a pretty late night for us, and then we'll actually have a pretty early morning the next day. On that, so let me kind of go back a little bit. We're going to get out of school early on Friday. On the way to Lexington, we're going to make two pit stops. One at Georgetown College, so these guys can kind of visit the campus and get a look at what Georgetown's like. They're going to feed us. We're going to hop on. We're going to feed us a late lunch. We're going to hop on the bus and then head to Kentucky State University, where we're going to get a guided tour there as well. Once we're done with the guided tour, we hop back on the bus, head to Lexington Catholic, where we're chill and wait to beat Henry Clay High School. After that, we come home. The original plan was we had an overnight trip, but again, because of things being as they are, we're not going to do the overnight trip. We're going to bring them home. The next morning, we're going to ask them to meet us back at the high school relatively early, probably about 7 a.m. And we're going to take coach buses up to Columbus, Ohio. This is where the HBCU Classic is taking place. And these are two Division II teams that are going to be playing at Ohio State's stadium. Yes, the Ohio State, the Horseshoe, that will be playing there. What's going to be even cooler about this is that they will not only get to witness this game, they're going to hear a speech from NFL Moms Group talking about their experiences and advice and things. Then we're going to get a guided tour of Ohio State Stadium. Should be a really cool weekend. Then we finish up by watching the game. The kickoffs at 2:00, ends around 5:30. We get them back on the bus and back in your arms that evening. This should be a great deal. What I will tell you is that only the guys who are traveling that week are going to go on this trip. This is very much a privilege, not a right. Just because you're on the Fern Creek football team doesn't mean that I'm going to take you 3.5, 4 hours away if someone doesn't really know how to act and represent us well. Grades is going to be a part of this. If you're not eligible, this is the second week of school. If I'm getting reports from teachers, then you just won't make the dress list that week, or someone will, and then they won't travel. One disclaimer, and again, Coach Abel's not telling you guys what to do or not do. I don't know what kind of stipulations they might put on us upon arrival. Like if we want to take part of this, I don't foresee them asking for vaccination stuff. But with all this stuff kind of going around, you don't know if that's going to be a deal breaker for anybody. Let me know. No big deal. This is going to be a fun weekend. It exposes them to the college atmosphere. It exposes them to multiple levels. Georgetown is NAI, Kentucky State is Division II, and Central State is Division II. And then, of course, Ohio State is the epitome of football, right? It's the mecca of football. So it should be a great event. More details as we get closer in a few weeks. Last thing here, one of the last two slides. Again, nothing new on this stuff. Just if you've got any questions about the vaccination stuff, just let us know. Lots of bad information out there, and we're not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do because it's your body, or it's your son's bodies for that matter. But again, I think I have to go and say that things are less stressful for a lot of people, including your sons, if vaccinated. And a positive case happened to a school that a friend of mine coaches, and not everyone had to quarantine. He only had to quarantine a handful of guys, and that was all based on vaccination status. So again, take that for what it's worth. You got any questions, give me a call. Um, but no one is pressuring anyone to do what they don't want to do here, if that's the case. Okay. All right. Last few notes and reminders. Ticket prices $10 for the regular season game starting next week. Get those physicals in. Girdles, girdles, girdles. This has been a really big struggle. We got to get girdles back from our guys, the ones that we issued out. We want the girdles to be their own ones that they've bought and purchased. Hopefully, as Amazon is catching up with your orders, they'll get them in. Saturday morning practices will start on the 21st, so not this upcoming Saturday, the following Saturday, probably about 10 a.m. start time. And then, of course, you have any questions about back to school stuff, let me know. Should be a great week. Hope is greater than fear. Here's to hoping for a great start of the school. Coach Abel out.